Hey, what's going on, Podcast Nation? It is Jason Harris here, and thank you for joining me another episode of Strategy with Jason. This is a special edition. This is the Kain Automotive Event Edition, where I get to talk to everybody, literally everybody that's going to be at the event, speaking and presenting some amazing information, stats, details, best ideas, strategies, you name it. They're going to be doing that here very shortly. In fact, if you haven't gotten your ticket yet, you need to get it ASAP. You go to Kain.auto. Get your ticket today. I know the first hotel is already booked, but I think there's like 3 others. So there's still room, but make sure you go get your ticket. Today, I have Paul de Vries with me. He's our international keynote speaker. He's going to be speaking about creating a digital dealership from scratch, the European style. Paul, thanks for taking the time to jam with me today. How are you doing, sir?
I'm very good. Thank you. Perfect. And thank you for the opportunity to share our thoughts about the presentation we are doing next week with David. Yes.
You know what? I always look forward to this event. You know, we got talking, a little bit before we started recording. You know, this is one of my favorite events every year. I think, David and the entire team over there does an amazing job of really bringing dealerships and vendors and really creating a collaborative space. Where yes, you can listen to the presenter, but then right after their presentation, Paul, I can walk right up to you, shake your hand, and have a conversation. And I'm really looking forward to that.
It's a boutique style event, right? It's not a massive American style event.
Yeah, we don't need those. Well, no, look, you're right, though. You're right? Like you go to some of these big monster events, and it's like sensory overload. There's like so much to look at and so much to do. It's like, how do you choose what to consume about? So, no, I'm excited. And my trip there is going to be a little bit shorter than yours. You get to be on how long is your flight again? What was that?
About 8.5 hours to Detroit, and then 1 hour, I think, right? But I have an overlay of 3 hours or something.
In Detroit?
Yeah.
Okay, now I definitely feel bad for you.
No, but I'd rather do the transfer there than in New York or something, because the customs there are nasty.
That's true.
And in the small airports, they are way nicer. The best one actually are in Las Vegas, because they didn't care what you're doing. If you have the money on your hand, then you are free to go.
There you go, guys. You heard it. If you're traveling internationally, make sure you connect in Las Vegas. Hey, Paul. I love kicking off these podcasts with a little origin story, if you don't mind, because I'm always fascinated to find out how people got started in this industry, because it's just such a diverse, unique, fun industry. I mean, you have people that have MBAs, and you have people that never finished high school, and there's just, and from all walks of life and different ethnic backgrounds, and it's just a melting pot and a fun industry to be in. Paul, I'd love to kind of kick it off with your story. How did you get started in this crazy little world we call the automotive industry?
Yeah, it's like many other stories that you stumble about a branch or in the automotive where you don't think about automotive at all before you stumbled into automotive. I was looking for a job, looking for a sales job, and I couldn't get one. So I ended up with as an attendant at a gas station, which was actually happened a Volkswagen dealership as well. So after 6 weeks, I thought maybe I'm going to ask the owner if I can be helping the sales guys for free. So I'm getting a lot of I'm getting more experience in the field. So maybe I'm getting a chance after I'm getting more experience. So he turns me down because I was stuttering. I'm still stuttering. I didn't have an education on automotive sales, which we actually have in the Netherlands, and I didn't have experience. But I asked him the week after, and he said the same thing, and he's his commercial manager as well. But crazy as I am, maybe I'm asking the week after that again if he thought about it. And then he asked the general manager of one of the dealerships, and they knew me, and they said, Paul, from the gas station, that's fine, because somebody has to fill up the cars, wash the cars, etc., and all the good stuff. And then I worked there for 6 weeks as an intern, and
Mhm.
then I was laid off because I didn't hold my promise that I didn't connect with the consumer, because that was something so special, so much for a high educated person, I think.
Yep.
I sold my first car, and that was not the task I was given. So they fired me on the spot. But then I asked every dealership in the neighborhood for a job. I applied with some experience, but never told how much experience I actually had. And then landed a job with a Sangyong brand, a Korean brand, and a Chrysler dealership.
Mhm.
The 3 years I was the co-owner of one of those stores. So it went remarkable fast, but the way to end up in the automotive space was actually a hard one.
Look, I love your persistence. All right. I mean, that's what this industry is built on,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
just keep going. And I love the little maybe embellishment in the resume. You know, you had some experience, not necessarily
yeah,
enough. That's
yeah.
there we go. That's the automotive industry, right?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, for sure. And but that's something that that's so strange that sometimes when we are higher up, then we are forgetting the struggle below us,
that is so
and
true.
have to be acknowledge people who want to work, who want to succeed, etc., and to give them the same opportunities we had at the end.
You know, you're 100% right, and that is, you know, one of the things I do love about this industry. I've been in this industry for a long time. I've also been able to be kind of in that position where I can
Yeah,
mentor younger people, and it's a great thing. But here, let's get into your keynote, because I'm really excited for this. Look, anytime anybody says digital dealership, I'm in.
yeah,
I started working at a dealership around the time they got their first website.
yeah,
I remember when they got it. I think I started about 6 months prior to them getting their first website, and I remember watching this evolution of
yeah.
this digital dealership. But I'd love to kind of get your thoughts, and what would be maybe 2 or 3 takeaways that you hope people kind of get from your presentation at the event?
Yeah, sure. So, from my experience perspective, I built my own the dealership back in 1998.
Mhm.
2000, I built my first own website where you actually can buy a new car online. That proceed in a website in 2005 where we sold any brand, every brand in the Netherlands, new cars online.
Wow.
I sold that website to eBay Motor in 2015. And the best way to damage your idea is to sell it to the big ones.
Mhm.
But that's always on my mind, that I want to be young again. When I had the dealership, I actually liked having the dealership, if you know what I mean. The
Sure.
most fun I had was at the dealership, but combine it with the online possibilities nowadays. So starting a new dealership from scratch was my goal from the get-go. It was an online first, offline second store.
Okay, I dig it.
So the takeaway is that if you want to succeed offline, you have to be successful online. It is
Mm.
never the other way around.
Mhm.
So I developed the website first without having the dealership, the location, etc. But I developed the first website, and then actually developed the showroom as you wish, as a studio for the website. So people entering the website can actually have a direct FaceTime conversation, WhatsApp video conversation with my sales staff without filling out a form. And then we are using the showroom as a studio for the website. So online first, offline second. In that way, we develop the dealership. And one of the other takeaways is we are in a brand, in a micro car brand,
Mhm.
where our customers are very easy to find, because there are customers with the age of 16 till 18,
Okay.
because they are allowed to drive that car, and if you are 75 years and older, because the law in the Netherlands is like, if you are 75, you have to go to the doctor, and the doctor will give you permission for 5 more years for your driving license.
Like that makes sense.
But sometimes you will lose your driving license at 75 because it's not safe again.
Sure.
Or it is not safe anymore. So then you are allowed to drive that kind of mini cars. So it's very easy to find your customer because it is under 18 or above 75, 80% of the volume. I thought because people above 75 has a need for transportation, they will find my dealership automatically. But the young people, 18 years and younger, they can choose between a microcar, which they think it's something for their grandfather, or a Vespa scooter. So my competition is not the other brand of a microcar, but it's actually a Vespa scooter, which is actually very cool, etc. And everybody wants to drive that scooter. So I have to make the microcar sexy. So we develop an online and social media strategy where we are using influencers on Instagram and TikTok to try to convince the youth that driving a microcar is very cool. So we have an influencer like Danina, which has 1.5 million followers on TikTok, and she's making girly videos with her, making up the makeup, etc. And then you are getting girls from 16, 17 years old with their father asking for the same car she has. That's very good. But we have also for the younger men, we have Robert Den Haan, and he's a professional Porsche car driver in the program of the Formula One, but he's still 17, so he's not allowed to drive a street car in the Netherlands.
Okay, now that's funny.
So he can drive a Porsche in the circuit, but he cannot drive a normal car.
So he can go over 200 kilometers an hour on a track.
Yeah.
But he has to drive a little micro car when he's
with 25 miles or 45 kilometers as the maximum. So, and he is doing videos on TikTok, what you can do as a young guy. So do the roundabout as fast as possible, etc., and all those crazy stuff, right? And that makes something happen. So we are making a lot of own videos on TikTok. Some of them are viewed more than 1 million times. And the normal average of the audience we sell microcars is 5 or 6% to the younger audience in the Netherlands. We are above 40%. So it works for us. And we are now 18 months into the dealership, and in the Benelux, Belgium, and the Netherlands, we have about 45 dealers, and we are now the number 2 selling dealer in the Benelux. So it's working for us very good.
That's amazing. But you know what? That doesn't surprise me, though. That doesn't surprise me actually at all, the success, because, I mean, look, I think what you guys did with the website, your approach to it, is not what we did in North America. All right. In North America, we approached a dealership's website as a glorified brochure. It's like, here's all the cars we have. Here's, here's the features on them. Here's a build and price function. You guys, I love this concept because your mindset with the website was, I want to get into a conversation with someone. Where our mindset here in North America is, I want to get a lead. I want someone to fill out a form and give me their first name, last name, email address, phone number, blood type, shoe size.
Sure.
So that eventually I can get back to them, right? So I love this mindset. And then the fact that you take an influencer strategy So, you're not going to wait for the customers to come to you, which is another thing that we do.
Mhm.
All right, here we just say, what's I have a Toyota dealership.
Yeah.
They'll come to me, right? What do I need to do to create my own audience? You took it a whole nother step farther. Said, no, we're not going to wait for them to come to us. We're going to go directly to them, utilizing some well-known influencers on social media.
Yeah.
I love this, Paul. This is absolutely amazing. Okay. So continue. Okay, so
But also a new audience, right? So
yes,
an
yes.
audience which actually didn't know they are liking that kind of transportation. On the other hand, it's fun that you are saying that from the website perspective, because we are collecting leads as well. It's not the dominant thing we are doing, but if somebody wants to fill out the form, then we have a much easier form than anybody else, because if you fill out your name, your email address, and your mobile phone number, there's actually a sentence why we need that. So it's not because it's mandatory, but actually the reason why we need that to get follow up. But the one thing of the website is I stole everything from other websites. So the homepage is
Love it.
the Tesla website. The SRP is the CarMax SRP, and the VDP is the Carvana VDP. Combined, it will make up a great website. What I think.
Look, I think that's absolutely awesome. Look, Paul, I know we're getting towards the tail end of our time today.
Sure.
But if there's one thing you hope people take away from your conversation, what's the one thing you hope they take away and implement in their dealership?
Oh, for sure, online first, offline second.
Yes.
Because if we don't win online, then offline will be an uphill battle, and you will never win that.
No, you're right, and it really does take a mindset change.
Yeah.
I mean, for a lot of us in the industry, we talk about those internet leads,
Yes.
they're a second class citizen. It's like my primary focus is the people that's in front of me. These other people are just kind of like, I'll get to them whenever I get to them.
Yeah.
But you flip that. You're like, no, look, it's not about the 300 people that walk into your dealership. Yes, that's super important. Don't get me wrong, that is right. But the 3,000 or 5,000 people that have
Way
visited,
more important.
or even more, 10,000,
Yeah.
like those are the people that I need to really be focusing on and create a very simple process.
Yeah.
Get
Sure.
into communication with me as quickly as possible, man. I love it. I love it. All
Thank
right,
you.
Paul, I got one more question for you, and then I'm gonna let you go. Can I get one of these micro cars in orange?
Yes, for sure. Sure. Because orange is our national color, as you know.
I
So
do.
we can do anything, everything in orange.
You know what? I get asked that a lot because my obsession with orange. I wear
Yeah.
nothing but orange. My shoes are orange. My car's
Yeah.
orange. They're like, "Are you from the Netherlands?" I'm like, "No, but I think I should move." So I couldn't move to the Netherlands, so instead I moved to Nashville, Tennessee, where their state color is orange. So I found the next best
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. Good for you. Good for you. But if you are having to be in Holland at 27th of April, we have in King's Day, then 80 million people are dressed up like you.
That's perfect. I love it. I love it. I'll be at home. I'll feel so comfortable.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Hey, Paul, for everybody out there watching and listening to this podcast, what's the best way to connect with you and learn more about the company and what you're up to?
For sure on LinkedIn.
Okay, there we go,
So
guys.
the most common last name is De Vries in the Netherlands, and Paul is one of the most given first names as well. But you will find me right there, so it will not be hard to find me there.
Awesome.
Love
Hey,
to
Paul,
connect.
thank you so much for taking the time to jam with me today. This has been a lot of fun. For everybody out there watching and listening, the Kain Automotive at literally right around the corner. You need to go to Kain.auto right now and get your ticket. Paul, I'm so looking forward to meeting you in person. And I will definitely take you up. If I come out to visit, grab one of those orange cars and take it for a quick rip. Can I be
Sure,
one of your influencers? Can I, please? Please?
sure, sure, sure.
Thank you so much, Paul. You have yourself an amazing day.
Thank you.
Bye.